Hello, hi there, Leanne again. I'm going to speak to a lady that I'm going to call Susan. Changed her name for her privacy. She's asked me a question, and I'll read her question. Should I continue to learn through my work and gain experience to advance my career path, or would I receive more positive results from returning to education? Okay, so Susan, I'm going to respond to that in a minute. But first of all, I'm going to explain to anybody who doesn't know me. My name is Leanne. I have to remember my own title. I am an intuitive personal empowerment consultant. I use my intuitive and my coaching skills to help people. I offer prediction and guidance, but really, there is only one reason anybody should have an intuitive consultation, and that is to gain insight and information. I'm not given for too airy fairy talk. I have an excellent track record for long-term accuracy. You only have to go and look at my website, see my testimonials, my customer feedback, and I'm not God. I can't see everything. There will be things I don't pick up on. But generally speaking, an intuitive consultation can be useful. It's like a piece of a jigsaw in a bigger puzzle. Okay, it can help us to gain insight. It can help us to gain clarity. It can give us a kick up the backside when we need it. It can warn us. It can wake us up. Not everybody's always in the place when they have an intuitive consultation that they really are open to listening. I do speak with confidence because, I've been doing this 23 years and I have got a good track record, but I'm not God, as I say. And, I can't see everything. And, I'm not keen on working with really, really low energy stuff. Really low energy stuff. For example, people wanting to spy on a love interest relationship. People asking questions like, when will my life get better? Why does everything bad happen to me? It's not the sort of stuff I want to work with. Don't mind working with people who are a bit stuck or a bit lost, or they've got burning questions. That's great, but not the really low energy stuff. And I'm really not interested in working with people who are in a place at which they really, they're on a really destructive path, and they just want to be validated in their behavior. And they may have been told by 10 other readers that they're on the right track when they're clearly not. And, then they will become very, very angry because you're not validating them. So, I just don't want to work with that kind of stuff either. But there's a lot of stuff I can work with and I will work with. So, meanwhile, back at the ranch, we are talking to Susan. So, remember the question: should I continue to learn through my work and gain experience to advance my career path, or would I receive more positive results from returning to education? Intuitively speaking, Susan, it seems to me that you're a woman with a huge amount of experience, but there's also this kind of resigned air about you, this kind of so in a way, over the last 18 to 24 months in particular, it feels that emotionally and mentally, you've kind of gone into retreat a little bit. In the outer world, you're going through the motions, you're doing what you need to do, and you put a bit of a smile on and you get on with it. You use your humor to diffuse situations, and you certainly know your stuff. But I feel a bit headachy when I'm tuning into you. I feel a bit slightly dizzy. I feel a little as if I could suddenly feel incredibly exhausted just out of the blue, which is frustrating. So I think one of the things that you have been experiencing or are going to be experiencing ahead is this sense of periodic tiredness and exhaustion. And every now and then just feeling a little downhearted, as if things overwhelm you, and then you shake yourself off and pick yourself up. Now, the thing is, you're quite a private person by nature, and that will surprise people because you can be a good talker, you can be very funny, but they won't always realize that you are a private person by nature, and you prefer to try and figure things out yourself. So right now, I'll be honest, I don't think you can really make that choice. But I think what you are doing, and quite wisely, is looking ahead. Okay. So let me just go back here over your question. I feel that you're likely to end up getting pretty jaded where your current work situation is concerned. There's aspects of it you enjoy and you're good at it, but something in you is changing. And in the bigger picture, you are going to want to do something different. Now, you've got a choice here. You can feel the yearning to develop something else, to do something different, to expand on what you already know, but yet push it to one side for the sake of security and for fear of change. You could technically do that. Lots of people, and I promise you, lots and lots and lots of people have told me over the years that they want to make change. They're unhappy where they are, but they can't change. And it always comes down to security. Oh, but you see, I need to have security. And my response is, well, what makes you any different than the other 7 billion people on the planet? Don't we all need to feel that we're paying our way, that we're putting a roof over our heads? As a self-employed person who's been through put herself through some pretty tough times in the past financially and emotionally, I can tell you now, I know all about having to put roofs over people's heads and pay bills. I understand that. But I also know that a lot of people have got skills and talents and abilities that they could develop and use out there in the big world if they choose to. So fear of losing security and fear of change alone it's a shame if those are the biggest reasons that hold people back. I know, as I say, we can't just run off willy-nilly into the sunset, but I feel that with you, that you are heading towards a point where you can make change. And by the time 48 months have passed, I think your life will be different than it is now. And I think at some point you are going to have an opportunity to step out of the job you're in a way, maybe reduce your hours and still have something that's bringing in some income, but are giving you more free time to develop something else. Now, this may come through, for example, not redundancy as such, because I don't see you just out on your behind, but it feels to me as if there's going to be choices. There are going to be choices for you, and that your role is going to change over the next 15 to 18 months maximum. The structure of where you work is going to alter and change. People's roles are going to shift. Somebody's going to be off for a while or be absent, and then their duties are going to be spread amongst some other people. And so I would be very surprised to see you going into education in the near future, because I don't think the timing is right. I don't think it is right. But at the same time, I feel that it is part of a bigger plan. So maybe if, again, timing is always tricky, but maybe before the next 36 months are through, I would give it a little bit of leeway timing. You will have other options and choices. Right now, I would say it seems to make sense to keep going in where you are. There's going to be another job offered to you within a max of 7 to 8 months. I think less than that, maybe even within the next 4, 5, 6 months. Another position if you want to take it, but there will be a number of considerations to take into consideration. And there's also going to be a little bit of a carrot at the end of your stick, as they say, where this current work is concerned, your current job is concerned, because you're going to be offered an opportunity to do something that you've wanted to do on top of what you already do. I certainly see more managerial or supervisory role of a role within the next 6 months, maybe not in a massive way, but in a bigger way than now. And I do see you being able to get your teeth into something, metaphorically speaking, in your current position. So, right now, I would say, look, I don't think even mentally, emotionally, and physically, just now, you really need to create upheaval in your life. You're strong. You've got a strong life force. You are going to be absolutely fine. But the next 12 to 18 months are going to be times, and for whatever reason, you're going to be tired and exhausted. And I think, you will understand this. And so don't go putting yourself out willy-nilly into the world in a way that you don't quite need to do just yet, okay? So I do feel that, yes, a big goal, a big hope that either you've got already in your heart and soul or is going to develop over the next year or two, you will in the bigger picture, set it in motion, but now is not the right time. Okay, now that's only my intuitive advice. You are absolutely free to ignore that and to do whatever it is you want to do. And that's the beauty of an intuitive consultation, isn't it? We're asking for insight and information. We don't have to use it, but we can keep it at the back of our mind. And of course, at the point of having a consultation, a lot of what is told to us, we're not going to understand it because it's not about now. And this is something I really, really express in all of my consultations, audio recordings. I express you must keep a copy of the recording so you can refer back to it, because you're not going to understand it all today, and you might not even agree with or accept everything I say today. That's absolutely fine. I don't need to hear about that. That's fine, as long as you keep your recording. Okay, so should I continue to learn and gain through my work and gain an experience to advance my career pathway? I would say right now, yes. Take every opportunity that you can to just learn something new. It'll come in handy in the bigger picture. And would I receive more positive results from returning to education? I don't think so just yet, but I think it's part of a bigger plan, and you'll understand this before the end of next year. Okay, so there you go. Thank you very much, Susan. If anybody is interested in finding out more about my consultations, reading my blogs, I have got other YouTube videos out. I write blogs regularly. If you go to my website, www.leannehaleyburton.wordpress.com, it's down, I'll put it down below. Go and have a look. I have a range of consultations. I've just put a new listing on today, and it's a giveaway price. And it's one clear, specific question answered within 24 hours for $8.95 a giveaway. Because I was thinking, I've got general life consultations, 3 questions, 10 predictions, but sometimes people have a question and you think, right, I kind of would like an answer quickly, but the question has to be specific and clear, not vague. Otherwise, I can't answer it, and I will refund the payments. Okay, because that's the point of the listing. Is it's got to be specific, clear. I'll answer it, get it out to you within 24 hours. Now I'm just seeing how it goes. So that's today, as I've made this video. Who knows? In a week, a month, or whatever, I may remove that listing. It may, it may not pan out. I may end up with too many and I can't answer them in 24 hours, whatever. But I'm just, so it's all good fun. It's all good. But it's not just fun. It's also very useful to us as we're maneuvering our way through life. Okay. And let's face it, any little bit of a helping hand is great, isn't it? Okay, then. So take care and see you again. Bye.